University, Mortis.
Carrying a deadly Japanese piercing blade and one of tonight's heaviest robots, weighs in at 78.4 kilos, designed around two 12-volt wheelchair motors, giving an optimum speed of 9 miles an hour.
Roboteers, stand by.
Our next academic aggressors, Rob Knight, Chris Sorsby and Arthur Chilcott from Cambridge University.
This is our robot, Mortis. It's a tank-style vehicle with tracks, as we reckon it gives it more control. It's very powerful, it's very fast. It has a very, very large axe blade on the front. And for protection, we have carbon and Kevlar armour plating, which is very hard indeed. I reckon we have a chance. I reckon.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Very hard, very fast, very confident. Quick off the mark. And beyond bash. Ooh, the flame licks out. Seems to be a problem, actually. Maybe with the steering, I'm not too sure. Shunt is there as well. And the axe goes in. And the axe has trapped Mortis, being dragged back there. Now Matilda's in on the action too, with the onboard camera. And they are pinned. Matilda and Shunt and Bash, the house robots doing a magnificent job. You can see the axe there, impaling him, pinning him down. And now getting a lick of flame. We're not going to let you go anywhere. We don't have to.
Stop and deactivate robots. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let's see if the detonator repairs have worked. Well, it's slowly away. In fact, it's not even away. The girl's only 15, and detonator can't even move. Recyclops is pegged. Oh, what a run through by Mortis! And the boys from Jesus College, Cambridge are there already. That was stunning. Still detonator at the start. Poor old David Crosby in pain. Recyclops against Matilda. Matilda interfering with Recyclops. Ugh, what a dreadful thought. And still detonator right back at the start. David Crosby has had enough. He's gone. Now Scrapper making its move. Strangely backwards. And it's through backwards. Oh. Well, strange, but through nonetheless. Now Leebot takes on Shunt, and Recyclops by the pyramid is in problems here. Leebot being pushed all over the place, but making steady progress anyway for its team. Watching back in the pits, and slowly and slowly and surely the Woodlouse is through. But look at Matilda there, stopping the progress of all Recyclops. Until then, it's flipped. Well, you got underneath Matilda and flipped her over. She will not be pleased. And back at the start, detonator, still with so many problems.
Cease. Roboteers, stand by.
Rob Knight and the Cambridge boys confident with Mortis.
3,
Robin Williams and Chris
2,
Malon with Leebot.
1, activate.
Leebot with the angle grinder at the rear, and the Lance with the screw drill and ramming blades to cut and slice. And Mortis with that piercing Japanese blade. Oh, that's not too much of a weapon, is it really? Oh, and that is, look at that Japanese blade, thrusting down. Leebot, Pepper Pot, you could pour pepper out of that Leebot machine now. Look at the holes. But what's Mortis doing? Maybe dropping off for another chance, but going very dangerously near a patrol area in the corner. And the house robot could come in and does. Matilda in there, and there are spikes to come up from the floor. But Mortis is out to attack Leebot again, and underneath Leebot. Could he flip him over? If he does, it's all over! And it is all over! Oh dear, the thought of Rex Garrard getting his tongue in the right place leaves me rather nauseous.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
But tongue and fluttering eyelashes and all. He prepares to do battle with Mortis. Went for a charge there. You see Mortis got broadside on. The tongue can go underneath Mortis and flip him. Mortis dodges away, and the judges will be impressed by that style. Damage, aggression, control and style will come into count if the robots fail to immobilize each other. They don't want to go into that patrol area. Matilda awaits. She can't come out of that patrol area very far. She'll have to go back in any second now, but she's chasing down on Recyclops. There you see her going back into the patrol area, and Mortis is impaled on a spike. And that's poor driving, that is poor steering, and that'll count against the boys from Cambridge. Chris Salisbury driving, and it's taking damage there from Matilda. Points against Mortis. In comes Recyclops with a good attack. I think the axe blade is bent there as well. More damage then, and more points against them. But Mortis free now to see if they can retaliate. Gets in underneath Recyclops. Good defensive work by Recyclops, holding on there. Rex Garrow managing to spin away. Good work by him. Again, Recyclops aggressively goes at Mortis. Out comes the tongue. Good aggression once again. Mortis retaliates underneath and is now driving into another patrol area. That'll count against him again. Poor steering. And it's stuck on the side bars and needs to get out, and is negative here. Recyclops is trying to get away, but not Mortis. And Mortis is taking more damage.
Cease.
And what a baffling finish. And it goes to the judges.
Well, it has to be a judge's decision, and we're going to await that.
And let's have a look while we wait at some of the points they will be considering. Good dodging by Recyclops. Damage to Mortis. Recyclops aggressive and attacking. Poor steering by Mortis, got it in there in the first place, but retaliating. Good defensive work by Recyclops. Again, aggression from Recyclops. And good defensive work, withstanding the Mortis thrust. And I think this could count against Mortis ultimately driving in there onto the sidebars.
Okay, the judges have made their decision using the 4 criteria: damage, control, style, and aggression. And their decision is Recyclops!
Well, that's hugely popular in the pits, look, and they're the real experts, the Roboteers.
Come on, guys, come on up! What a performance!
From Cambridge, Mortis.
Back again from the first wars, controversially eliminated before really leaving the trenches. This team mean for revenge and seeded second for this series. With the titanium Kevlar laminated shell, the martial art Tanto blade is powerful enough to rip up roads.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mortis, driven by Rob Knight, back again.
Mortis is back. It's been extensively reworked since the last war. New transmission on it, new components, the chassis has been re-welded and repaired, the front's been redone. The axe has been totally rebuilt since it broke last time over Leebot.
Oh, that's not too much of a weapon, is it really? Oh, and that is Leebot! Pepper pot! You could pour pepper out of that Leebot machine!
Totally new set of mechanisms, so hopefully this time will be a bit more reliable. Same electronics, new armour, and altogether a generally improved machine.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Which route for Mortis? Again, the wall. Oh. My tip for Mortis, as it powers its way through the wall, would be use that blade on Arthur Chilcott's beard. Get a shave. The blade sighs. The electric car motor's power up and over the ramp. And there is Bash and Matilda blocking the way.
What's going to be your tactic for the gauntlet?
I'm going to pole straight into either Shunt or Matilda and hammer them as hard as I can with the axe till one of them falls over.
That's great and simple. We like it.
Matilda blocks the way through to the finishing line. All but taking punishment. Look at that Tanto blade we warned you about. Matilda beaten. Bash is in there as well. Will we see the flamethrower? Still Matilda taking punishment, this time on the tusks. He's reached the finishing line, almost. Matilda blocks. He's over the finishing line. Now this is an arrogance of power, taking on the house robots, and they don't like it. He's finished. They're over the line. They're through. But Matilda and Bash have got long memories, and they don't like you. This is where the retribution started. They didn't like him coming back and having another go, and into the pit. But Mortis through, completing the course.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Mortis, 20 kilos heavier than Oblivion, meets Matilda head to head. Now, one of Matilda's tusks is caught in underneath those tank-style tracks on the Renault conveyor chain there, you see. And Mortis is actually pushing Matilda back there. Ben Impey, one of the team, was once involved in a mileage marathon car to see how far his vehicle could go on a gallon of petrol. He didn't get very far. Will he get far here? This is good work by Mortis, dancing and waltzing with Matilda. Who'd want to dance with Matilda? With her petro breath. But they're through Mortis. 6.1 metres. Well done. Mortis.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Sir Killalot, you've just seen grotesquely keeping hold of his sculpting dreadnought. There's the Tanto killer blade. Made from the same metal they use on pneumatic road tools. Main blade of Mortis, but Ramesses II pushing him back into the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone, owned by the House Robots, owned by Sir Killalot, owned by Shunt in there as well. Ramesses II nearly flipped up, the underdogs for this heat. Away goes Mortis, now spinning to have a charge, seeded second for the whole of the Robot Wars competition. Strong favourite here. Ramesses II is in trouble. They're queuing up to destroy him, the House Robots. And Sir Killalot turns towards the flaming pit. And I wonder whether this will be a barbecue for Ramesses II, surely out. The Mortis boys aren't happy, I can tell you. They're not happy, but I think Mortis are going through. They may have problems, but it's burnout for Ramesses.
Robotiers, stand by.
The boys from Trinity School with Oblivion. The students from Cambridge University with Mortis.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Mortis, the second favourite for the whole of this Robot Wars competition, against Oblivion, whose major hope is to avoid that blade. Not doing a good job, the boys there. And perhaps drag Mortis towards the PPZ, the perimeter patrol zone in the House Robots. Certainly, the Cambridge University students have the upper hand with the weaponry. Perfection. Perforation. Look at that. It's like a sieve. Heading towards Oblivion. Could be now. Rob Knight, the man in control of Mortis again. Wants to say a big thank you to the engineering department of Cambridge University. This will be a good way to say thank you. Oblivion looking tired. Could be in the pit with the tyres. You see Matilda just waiting there at the top of the picture, waiting her chance. Oblivion trying to run away into the corners. Don't forget this final though, judged on style, control, damage and aggression. Holy smoke, it looks like the end for Oblivion here. Mortis being pushed back though, a brave battle by the boys from Trinity School. The robot only cost £700, Mortis cost 10 grand, and is the favourite, and probably has done just about enough to win this heat final.
And Mortis is the clear winner. Mortis! Took the body, lads.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Certainly got the deadliest looking weapon in the field. That Tanto blade up and over the seesaw there. Oh, magnificent stuff! Evel Knievel! The little jump. But it's tumble. Now, can it get those Renault conveyor chain tank-style tracks working to right itself? In comes Shunt. It's taking punishment. I think they've probably done enough to get through. They will want to avoid any sort of punishment. Matilda in the background, and it's used the Tanto blade to drag itself off. Almost piercing the Shunt camera there. The front of Shunt, and they're through. Oh, and hits back at Matilda after the event.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
So we see the killing machine Mortis. Very slow and steady to start with. They won't score points by hitting the seesaw with that blade. They need 15 points by crossing the seesaw, a complete run. What are they doing here? They've not got enough early points on the board. Killalot climbing and clambering, now veering away from that deadly-looking blade. Were they trying to point score by knocking the ball into a hole? I don't know. Here's Dead Metal protecting this buffer zone. They're trying to damage Dead Metal. They won't score points for that, though. Finally, some on the board. At least 30 scored in there, and another 5 topples. Don't forget, they've only got 65 points to beat. In comes Killalot again. They're cushioned in there. Have they done enough? Oh, Killalot's taken a tumble. He lost his way. But they lost theirs. 100 points. Mortis said.
Robotiers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Panic attack, the heavier. Both of these bots can get up to 9 miles an hour. Mortis is the deadlier, surely. With that sharpened blade. Great speed by Panic Attack. Good steering by Kim Davis to get away. An enduring robot. The blood-stained fangs to no avail against Mortis with the titanium laminated Kevlar shell. Almost flipped. Oh, goodness me, what a surprise! Mortis has gone out! That's a huge shot! But now's your chance.
Stand by.
The rematch, the grudge match.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Mortis with the Kevlar laminated axe. Cassius with the self-righting arm. Both of them look back and scarred and weary. Ooh, look at that axe coming in. Cassius wise with Rex Garrod steering away. Oh, there's damage. Look at that. Look at the mark on top of Cassius, scything in a hole. Cassius turns away now. Avoids the pit. Whoa! Almost into the pit from Rex Garrod. He's to get out from there. Shunt to give him an early push into doom and gloom. Now away again. Meanwhile, Mortis waits there. Cassius trying to nudge Mortis into the pit of oblivion. And oh no! What on earth was he doing? Mortis has won the grudge match. And Rex Garrod committed suicide. Aha! And Mortis goes too! Oh, look at the dent on top of Mortis! The house robots get there! Long-awaited revenge! And Cassius rises from the dead! Brilliant stuff! Cassius rises, tries to push Mortis out. Napalm. All in flame red. Rob Knight. He wants the win. So does Claire Greenaway and David Crosby.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Napalm rising on its back wheels, and already Mortis goes in underneath. They're the mandibles, the dreadful mandibles, the jaws of Napalm. And it seems to me that Mortis can withstand everything that Napalm can throw at it. Mortis simply toying, I think, not getting the action to play. Oh, until then! And look at that immediately! Creating major, major damage. Now the push towards the pit. One in the eye for Napalm. Claire trying to steer away. That axe is surely the most penetrating weapon in the entire history of Robot Wars. It is grisly. Trying to get in on the engine and the motors there. Of Napalm. Pushing back though, Mortis dangerously close to a pit. It tries a little shove towards the PPZ. In comes Napalm. Oh, what on earth are they doing? Oh, Claire! What have you done, Claire? Oh dear, oh dear. Into the pit and out. And of course Mortis is the winner. And the roar! The bellicose roar of Rob Knight says, I want some of the house robots! They support him in his quest to take on Killalot. Is that wise? Against the sidebars of his final grudge match of this series of Robot Wars. Matilda and Killalot. All the house robots getting involved. Oh no, he says, oh no, well it was your decision. You're on your back, now take the punishment, son. In comes Shunt with the pickaxe and the Sentinel as well, using the big rhino horn to bash and dent Killalot's final graceful gesture to take Mortis towards the flame pit, trying to use the axe to flip up and over, I think there. Mortis survives, Mortis the winner. It was a good grudge match, wasn't it?
And the winner is obviously
Cambridge University, Mortis.
Back again, the students who fumed when eliminated controversially in the last wars. Mortis has been expensively improved. The 3 hits per second hammer is hellish. And now there's also a lifting arm.
This is Mortis 3, back for the 3rd series. And apart from the chassis, we've basically redone everything. It's got new batteries, it's got new electronics, it's got new motors, it's got filtered air supply, it's got a new weapon. The action's still the same, but it goes about twice as fast now. The lifter will lift Arthur quite comfortably. It's all titanium. New tracks with injection moulded pads on it. And yeah, that's about it really.
From Bath, Ming.
Heavy with its aluminium, steel and titanium makeup, it's got a 22-inch circular saw, took 5 weeks to build in the family garage. Will Ming be gone in a flash or prove to be an emperor of robots?
I'm Andrew, this is Tim, this is Alexander, and this is our robot Ming, Ming the Merciless. Its main weapon is this 23-inch circular saw blade, which rotates at 3,200 revs per minute. Its drive is, there's 2 500-watt motors, which give a fairly formidable drive, and it's got a secret weapon to fool the opposition. Alexander? Makes other robots think it's a little quaint, and while they're thinking about it, we attack them.
What's all this?
It's just hands-free.
Turn round. What's wrong with you? What's that all about? What's it for? What?
So when you have a transmitter, you don't have to hold it, so you can just drive it.
Can you just get a coffee table? You know, like one of those ones
Yeah,
that you pull out from the back
cigarettes,
of the car.
ice creams, and when we get off, come on, stand clear. Come on, yourself.
Stand clear.
Mind your arm.
You have to move your arm.
Leave your arm.
Is that over the top enough for you?
You're taking the mickey just a little bit.
No,
Out of the
honestly.
Mortis team,
No,
aren't
no.
you? Now you've got the beard, you're all kitted out,
Yep.
you're raring to go.
Ready to go.
I reckon you can win it.
We got a chance now, I reckon.
Yeah.
Even pegging now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, before I didn't think we had a chance, but that's it now. We're almost there.
Good. I'm very pleased about that. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
You need it.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mortis, confident, sure. Rob Knight, Gizmo King, playing with his joystick. And Ming, and young 9-year-old Alex Cottrell's sense of humour, the cat's whiskers.
Activate.
And watch for Mortis straight on the attack there, taking on Ming. We thought this would happen. There's the great hammer blow and the lifting arm as well. For the first time, all sparks fly as it comes down on that large circular blade on the back of Ming. Mortis ready to come in on the attack and lifting Ming, and down, oh, the blade's gone! The blade's flown, there it goes! As soon as it touched down on the arena floor, the hopes of Ming shredded. Look at this! Zipped across the arena floor as soon as contact was made. Ming immobilized and surely out now. They won't come back from that. And look at this for confidence. The Mortis boys taking on the house robots. Taking on Matilda first of all, there's Dead Metal and Shunwell. If you're confident enough to take on the house robots, boys, you've got to take what comes to you. The audience want the end of Mortis. Look at the blows on top of Mortis, up and over from Shunt. The audience loving this, the pit's loving this, and I'm loving it too, Mortis, to be honest. Here's Dead Metal. No, you won't get Dead Metal flailing away with that hugely powerful hammer. Go on! Push him in the pit, yes! Oh, I love that!
Cease.
That was special. That was the moment when Ming was immobilized. Look at that blade flying. Take on the house robots. We'll get you, Mortis boys. Look at that. Damage from Shunt. Ooh, lovely. Look at that. That's one of my favourite moments in the entire history of Robot Wars.
Mortis go. 3.
Mortis boys,
2.
the team everyone loves to hate.
Activate.
Mortis, the quicker, the lighter, on the attack, the deadlier, with that pickaxe. You have to respect this team in the arena. Trying to inflict damage on Gravedigger, and also, push Gravedigger towards the CPZ, and the house robots, there's Shunt, and look at that damage sustained immediately by Gravedigger from Shunt. Now, In comparison, you see, light damage to Mortis, and the shell, but Mortis flipped over by Gravedigger, and they certainly love that. That really is a viable tactic. Shove your opponent towards the CBZ, the corner patrol zone, and that's when the house robots can come in, and mighty power here. First of all, it was Mortis pushing Gravedigger onto Shunt. Then, vice versa, turning Mortis up and over. Battle is sustained and renewed. Tactical now. Again, slicing through that shell of Gravedigger. Almost as if it was paper, but there's trouble here with the Mortis team. Their right tracker's gone, look. They've got major problems here, Mortis. Problems in manoeuvring. They've got the weaponry, yes, but the tracker's gone. They're spinning around, but it's Gravedigger now, certainly with the impetus to go on and win this. They can flip Mortis. Mortis has a streamer. They can self-right themselves, but they're dangerously towards the pit, and Mortis are gone!
Brilliant.
Oh, magnificent sportsmanship from Arthur. His team's gone, and yet he's still smiling. This is the crucial moment. You see the tracker's gone. They're flipped up and over. Mortis, and then in the pit, and back in our pitch. That's what they felt. But it's not all over yet in the arena, and it looks to me as if Gravedigger's had a go at Matilda. Look at Matilda's shell. Her eyes are burning bright with luster and desire for revenge, and Shunt's coming in to help out a lady in distress. Some lady. Look at this. Ooh. You really wouldn't want to be the Gravedigger team now. Shunt again. Bravery of six-pack. But Mortis can kill off even Razor if it runs true to pedigree, with that axe and lifting arm, and quite heavy too, to dodge the house robots. The Mortis team of Rob Knight, Arthur Chilcott and Benjamin Gordon. Rob, Arthur, veterans of Robot Wars. Arthur in the middle. Rob Knight at the controls.
Robotiers, stand by.
Most sophisticated controls we've seen in Robot Wars, really.
1. Activate.
Mortis, really hungry to get out on the attack. And taking those barrels first. Well, this is an unusual route, an unusual tactic, and the sphere goes down too. Good point scored early on. Mortis needs to get out beyond the barrels, changing direction to try and dodge Kill-A-Lot, veering away from the barrels. Needs to get up and over that ramp, I would think. No, deciding to go for the multi-ball release instead, using the axe just for a final blow. No targets hit. 50 points for each target. On the side wall, 75 points for the target down the bottom of the arena. More barrels here. Now up and over the ramp. This is a very, very unusual route. I don't think that'll count. They didn't complete the ramp. Taking on Kill-A-Lot, that won't score you anything. Get you in trouble, I should think. Kill-A-Lot has the freedom here of the whole arena. But as we speak, Razor's still looking good here, I think. Mortis, time is ticking down on you to close on that huge 210 points scored by Razor. Would he go up and over the ramp again? They've lost their way here, Mortis, after that bright opening through the car door. More points to be scored, but if they back too far in, they nearly went into the pit. They got themselves between a rock and a hard place here. Mortis trying to get traction with the great tank tracks. Now edging towards the door. But Rob's got himself into a real pickle here. There's a brick underneath Mortis as well. Oh, came to an end prematurely, really. Good run from them, but not good enough. They enjoyed it. Opening gambit saw them take on the barrels in the top right corner of the arena. The sphere trundles its way towards a pit there in the top left of your picture. Then the multi-ball release. More points scored there. Against the barrels in the other corner of the arena. But only 60 points scored for Mortis. Big disappointment for them. Who will be clean bowled, run out in the Ashes, representing England? It's Mortis. Tremendous robot, this. A team formerly of Cambridge University. Great power from 3 motors. Watch its hammer. It is breathtaking. It cost £30,000 to build.
Hi, my name's Rob Knight.
Hi, I'm Ben Gordon.
And I'm Arthur Chilcott. And this is our robot Mortis. It's a veteran from UK Wars 1 and 2, and we are representing England in the international competition. Have as weapons a large axe. It's got a lifter, which can also self-right. It's running on tracks. It's custom-built motors, custom-built electronics, custom-built batteries, and it's armoured in titanium and a carbon fibre and Kevlar shell.
And representing the men from down under, Terra Australis with a substitute robot. We've already found out earlier on the programme there, of course. The main weapons, spears, spikes and blades, a lot slower it is than Mortis.
Roboteers, stand by.
Rob Knight at the controls of Mortis, unique controls as well for a unique robot. And there, once again, Rodney Gullickson at the controls of Terra Australis.
Activate.
On paper, England should win the Battle of the Ashes. But one never knows. Perhaps we'll have a beamer fold somewhere, a googly here or there. Who will be caught out? Well, it would be Nemesis if they get in underneath that great hammer blow of Mortis. That's for certain. It's a deadly weapon. Trying also to flick in with the lifting arm. A modification from the first 2 Robot Wars series for the Mortis boys. And in comes Shunt's blade, and Mortis in underneath Terra Australis. And at the moment, this is a good attack by Mortis of England. And the Ashes are coming to English shores. Puncture marks on the top of Terra Australis. Good luck, it says there. I'll need more than good luck, I should think. And Mortis about to haul Terra Australis up onto the arena wall and leave it topsy-turvy. Well, Bash thought about coming in. Shunt was certainly in the picture as well. But it's Mortis doing all the attacking. A little bit of leg spin required, perhaps, to pick up the Ashes for Mortis. Terra Australis need a couple of big 6 hits now to send Mortis towards the Robot Wars boundaries. Over and out it should be, though, for Terra Australis any moment now. That's the arena floor flipper. Let's see if it comes into play. Matilda nudges it onto the flipper. Watch this now. Oh, yes, thank you very much. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Terra Australis, you'll be left to rust. Spinning up and over. And I think Mortis is heading very much for the Ashes victory, and Terra Australis is heading to the pits. The Ashes for England. I've waited nearly all my life.
From England, Mortis.
Always controversial throughout the history of wars, the team of former Cambridge students may appear too confident. No doubting the menace of Mortis. The hammer can hit 3 times a second. The arm can hoist 100 kilos.
Hi, my name's Rob Knight.
Hi, I'm Ben Gordon.
And I'm Arthur Chilcott. And this is our robot Mortis. It's a veteran from UK Wars 1 and 2, and we are representing England in the international competition. Have as weapons a large axe. It's got a lifter, which can also self-right. It's running on tracks. It's custom-built motors, custom-built electronics, custom-built batteries, and it's armoured in titanium and a carbon fibre and Kevlar shell.
From Australia, Terra Australis.
You can't tie this kangaroo down, Sport. A circular saw would cut any restraints to shreds. At 0 turning circles an asset, but at 3 miles an hour, it could be a bit of a possum.
I'm Peter.
I'm Nick. I'm Rodney.
And this is Terra Australis. This is our robot. It's pretty mean. It's tough. It's made out of solid steel. It's got a nice saw out the front. Some ramming spikes out the back. It runs upside down. It's got a 2-stroke horsepower petrol engine. Gives us lots of power, lots of speed. And it's going to kick butt.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mortis, it's mean and menacing from Cambridge. Rob Knight at the controls, Arthur Chilcott next to him, and then Benjamin Gordon. And there's Terra Australis.
3.
So Rodney Gullickson's at the controls there on the left. And it's a very slow start from the Australian team. They haven't got moving at all. The clutch broke 3 days before they came here to the arena for the finals and left Australia. And it's Mortis doing all the attacking and Terra Australis. Terra Australis? Terra? Are you sure? Wimpy Australis and menacing Mortis. They haven't even moved. Oh dear. Go on, hop about a little bit, kangaroo. No. Rodney, what are you doing here? Use your controls, man. Oh dear. Well, Terra Australis as menacing as a koala bear. And they've shut up shop. And they're heading back to Ayers Rock. And Mortis didn't have to do a lot, let's be honest. Go back down under, feeling down and deflated. But don't forget, Mortis against Behemoth.
Roboteers, stand by.
An all-English affair.
3, 2, 1.
Mighty tense. And a real heavyweight battle, this. Mortis with the hammer and also with the lifting arm. But there's the Behemoth scoop. Don't forget, that can lift up 300 pounds. Oh, and Mortis up and over and bracing itself first on the hammer blade. They look so cool. There's the arm also bracing Mortis. But they're being edged towards the pit and they'll need to move here quickly on its side. Goodness me, the Behemoth boys there nearly had Mortis in the pit. And they do now! What a surprise! Behemoth through and the Mortis confidence misplaced.
Well, Behemoth won.
Nottingham and Cambridge, seed number 23, Mortis.
Is the hugely powerful axe capable of cleaving any obstacle in its way? The lifting arm can hoist 100 kilos and the whole machine's made of aerospace-grade materials, a zero-turning circle. Always have plenty of promise, Mortis. They made Ming sing and squeal in agony. But promise more than they've delivered in the end. Steering problems. And their grave digger set them to their doom.
Hi, this is Team Mortis, back for War 4. This is Arthur Chilcott, this is Paul Ford, and new Token Blonde. And this is Mortis. Very similar to last year. We've reworked it, made it more reliable. Major difference is that we've coated the outside of the armour this time in silicon carbide, which is second and hardest only to diamond and CBN, so effectively it's diamond coated. A few improvements on the axe. Hopefully it's going to work properly this war. Lifts as as before. But let's see how it goes.
From Darlington, Mazakari.
A solid steel chassis and 3mm thick aluminium body shell give Mazza a solid look. The weapons are cutting disc, but a very high ground clearance means this is weak defensively. Mazakari may commit kamikaze.
Hi, I'm Richard, that's Phil, and Phil. This is Mazakari, and we have a 70cm disc with very large blades on. We have 3mm aluminium check plating with very large metal wheels that can also run upside down with a little wheel on top.
From Lowham in Somerset, iron ore.
The Grimm family have their mighty axe weapon, a zero-turning circle. It's electrically powered. Most parts come from packaging machinery. They have steering problems. But could this be the Grim Reaper of the competition?
Hello, I'm Gilbert. This is my son Robert. This is our robot iron ore. The main weapon's a very powerful axe, which is powered by CO2 at 175 psi, large bore cylinder, very powerful, chops through steel quite nicely. It's a tracked vehicle, run from the Bosch 750 watt motors. Very useful piece of machinery.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mortis, Rob Knight, the team captain, Arthur Chilcott and Paul Ford there in the middle. Mazakari, the students, Richard Neely, Phil Sievers, Phil Neely the dad, and Iron Ore with Gilbert and Robert Grimm.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
A fairy tale end or a grim end for the father and son team from Somerset with Iron Ore, but it's Mazakari attacked immediately by Mortis, who say they've been having problems with the axe. The axe comes out. So too does the weapon of Iron Ore, CO2 powered. Somerset, you can see there, written across the top of Iron Ore. Oh, they trade, blow for blow. Don't forget Mortis have the lifting arm as well to flip Mazzacari up and over. Can the students of the Queen Elizabeth Sixth Form College get Mazzacari working properly, flipped up and over? Again, a pincer attack there really on Mazzacari. This is how it started. Mortis in and under it, flipping Mazzacari over. Mortis with that great lifting arm, it can hoist 100 kilos. Just seen there the iron ore team. Mazzacari being pushed around between Mortis and iron ore so that the axes can come into play once again. This is Mortis underneath Mazzacari once again. The lifting arm takes a grappling hold, turning and twisting, and then pushing onto iron ore. They're almost twinning up here against poor old Mazzacari. This is Killalot. The ref bot goes in to have a close... Is anything untoward happening? Yes, of course, it's Robot Wars. Plenty of things going on untoward, we hope. Iron ore watches on. Quite rightly, Killalot's had a look at the ref bot. Did you see the ref bot scuttle away there? As Killalot had a glaring look. This is towards Shunt. There's no hope for Mazzacari, I'm afraid. The great weapon of Shunt there. Now Killalot, eyeball to eyeball. Mazzacari picked up by Mortis. Shunt there to the right-hand side. Iron ore dangerously close towards the pit. Dangerously close towards the pit. Dead Metal and Killalot combine over the pit for iron ore. Spinning around. Killalot, look at this. Toying with it, slamming it to the ground in the arena floor. Seconds to go. Mazzacari's wheel still spinning. A lick of flame from Bash. Iron ore, who's immobilised here? Who was immobilised the first? Boys from Somerset and Mazzacari from Darlington.
Well, I wouldn't want to call that one, so it's over to the judges.
Our university boffins, Martin Smith on the left, Professor Noel Sharkey in the middle, Dr. Myra Wilson on the right. Crowd peers on. So, style, control, damage and aggression, that's what they're marking. Mazzacari certainly taking damage throughout the contest, probably more than Iron Ore. Iron Ore was the more aggressive. I think Mazzacari in danger. Look at that damage sustained. And again, that time from Bash.
Well, the decision is unanimous. Mazzacari is eliminated.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Mortis, seeded 23. Quite a low seeding, really. Arthur Chilcott there on the left. Rob Knight in the middle. Crusader 2. Starting as underdogs for this, then, I guess. Richard Jessup, Reg Claydon, Chris Williams.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Mortis has all the machinery, the armoury. Costs £40,000, this. Always underachieved. Crusader 2 with the front lifting ram as well on the attack. They perform well here. See the little LED flickering illumination down the side of Crusader? With the cross of St. George reflecting the old Crusades of the Middle Ages. The infidel on this occasion is Mortis. Robot War's own Inspector Gadget. Rob Knight at the controls. Bashes down on Crusader. The axe is certainly working there. Now they can drag Crusader whither they want on this arena floor. Maybe towards the house robots. Dead Metal awaits. Crusader 2, though, getting away. It was pinned down there. There's Rob with his flying controls. Now, Shunt comes in with the axe to take on Crusader. Crusader is in trouble here. Not punishing enough, perhaps. Mortis, certainly more punitive. Something's come off there. Let's see if we can find out what it was. Whether or not it's crucial, I don't think so. It seemed like some sort of side track to protect the aluminium wheels. More worrying is the damage taken to the polycarbonate shell. This is Shunt, of course. Rob Knight and Mortis quite happy with this. Another axe blow from Shunt. In comes Mortis. You can see there the lifting arm. Now Shunt with the axe and then nudging Crusader on towards Killalot. Killalot with the great lance. The rotating drill. The cutting claw. That's Dead Metal. with its great cutting blade. Surface damage, it seems like at the moment, but Crusader cannot get away from the house robots. The sparks fly, and certainly the Mortis challenge is ignited here in these robot wars. Crusader punctured, look there. Great dents carved out of the Crusader shell.
Cease.
What a shame.
Roboteers, stand by.
Which is the fitter robot here to survive the heat final.
Activate.
Mortis immediately on the attack. Have they got any weapons though? Stake 2. What is the durability of that bulletproof casing? Yeah. Dear oh dear. Mortis just off the arena wall on the attack. It's not moving smoothly, is it, Mortis? Is there something wrong with the control? More than just the fact that it's hung over Rob Knight's shoulders. It's a strange one, isn't it? I'm rather tentative here. Oh, there goes that mighty, powerful pneumatic whip weapon. CO2 powered, as we've said before. There's Killalot coming out. Now, the Mortis lifting arm is raised on high and could well be jammed up there. We haven't seen the axe either. Mortis has no weapons, it seems. Steg 2 has very little manoeuvrability. They have limped their way into the heat final. There goes the axe now. They were simply holding it back, Mortis, were they? Did they suck Steg 2 into a false sense of security? Can they retrieve the axe and bring it down? Steg 2! There goes the big flipper. Hoist still off there. You Mortis boys. Hoisted by their own petard, perhaps. Crunching onto the arena floor. The arm spindly and out of action, just flopping lazily and inactive there. And Mortis once again have bitten off more than they can chew here. In the pit, say the audience. I will give them immense credit, Rob Knight, Arthur Chilcott, Paul Ford, the new boy, for coming back again. Robot Wars ever present, and they deserve our applause for that. But it's going to be more disappointment for the Nottinghamshire and Cambridge team. Not a lot to talk about. The Mortis, Steg 2, have won that.
Nottingham and Cambridge, Mortis.
Infamous competitors from previous Robot Wars. The axe is fearsome, the arm can hoist 100 kilos, aerospace-grade materials used throughout. All of the UK robots here have a zero-turning circle. And already in this series of Robot Wars, we've seen the power of that axe. Next to it is the Shreemec arm, the self-riding mechanism arm. Certainly Mortis, one to be reckoned with.
Hi, my name's Rob Knight. This is Arthur Chilcott, and our third team member, Paul Ford, is away flying. This is our robot Mortis. Here for the War of Independence, hoping to kick some American butt. Pretty much the same as it was in the last war. The major new difference is that the arm has been coated in silicon carbide. It's an abrasive, it's almost as hard as diamond, so it's a diamond-coated robot. Got the same weapon, big pointy thing, and we also have a lifter.
From Michigan, representing the USA, Ghettobot.
Latest and youngest of the US teams are wedge-shaped to flip opponents. Recently, they entered a competition to design robots for specific tasks. They finished 43rd out of 261.
Hi, I'm Joe, and these are my teammates, John and Al. This is our robot, the Ghettobot. We're straight from Michigan, and it's got tank treads that'll hopefully allow us to really push some of the other robots around and push them underneath our wedge shape here that'll topple them over.
Roboteers, stand by.
Ghettobot, a regular in robotic competitions high school level. Joe at the controls, an engineering student at Purdue University. And then Mortis, it came out of Cambridge University, really. Arthur Chilcott, and at the controls, Rob Knight.
2, 1, activate.
Well, Ghettobot's going to have to go some here to stop Mortis in its tracks. And the British robot trundling up and over. Ghettobot from Michigan. And there you can see the diamond-edged axe of Mortis. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dents, but at the moment they have yet to puncture Ghettobot. The RefBot looks on. Look at that high-tech whiz-kid design of Rob Knight's controls. We'll see it again, I'm sure. Mortis edging Ghettobot towards the flame pit. At the controls, Joe Taylor. Alongside him, John Angeli. A high
school engineering student, and Ghettobot immediately torched and flamed. A shot that will be heard around the world. They call the American War of Independence against the UK. Well, the shot is being fired by the UK robot, and look at Refbot in there with the old fire extinguisher. Ghettobot, I think, have been immobilised, or have they? No, a little nudge, a little prod. Back come Mortis again, and there, the great axe of Shunt came in death metal as well. Look at Shunt's axe. More powerful, sharper than that of Mortis, it would seem. They are not having a nice day, Craig, are they, in that control pod? And you can see the puncture marks now. The sparks from dead metal, circular saw on the right. Shunt with the axe, and Mortis takes on Killalot. Well, I'll tell you what, Rob Knight and Arthur Chilcott have always been great sports in Robot Wars, and they want a crack at the House Robots because they think Ghettobot is finished here. They think it's first blood to the Limeys, and they're taking on Sir Killalot here. Look at the lance, you don't want to get too close to that. Rob Knight at the controls. Ghettobot. Well, it's well and truly a salt and pepper pot by the end of it all.
Roboteers, stand by.
Real grudge match, this. Panic Attack with the lifters. There's Kim Davis at the controls. It's Michael and Christian Bridge with them. And there's Mortis, Rob Knight at the controls with Arthur Chilcott.
3, 2, 1.
Great competitor over the years with Mortis and Rob Knight. They've taken some stick to the crowd, I know, but they always come back, and they're always fearsomely courageous and very competitive. And look at that axe. And don't forget, they've got the lifting arm as well, but not as powerful as Panic Attack fork lifters. In underneath, though, what they'll try and do is get those forks, do you see, plucked up underneath the tracks of Mortis. Try and pluck away the tracks, leave it immobile, and of course then beaten. Mortis gets away. Side on now. Broadside attack on Panic Attack with the axe once more. Mortis. Kim Davis is one of the best, most erudite of drivers in Robot Wars. Great style and control, always has shown it, but pushed back to the CPZ dangerously. And in reverse, perhaps getting away, dragging Mortis, or was that a Mortis shove? The axe is impaled on Panic Attack, right there in the very heart of Panic Attack. Now, can Kim control the attack back into serious contention? Because at the moment, I would say Mortis has been the more aggressive of the two. Over the top of Panic Attack, you can almost smell the sulphur of the flames, feel the burn. Panic Attack in underneath. Mortis trying to shove it there towards the CPZ, and Sir Killalot awaits. That was a Panic Attack drive, and Sir Killalot comes in with a mighty pincers and lifts Mortis up, shows it to the arena crowd. That was worthy tactics from Panic Attack. Pushing Mortis back in, comes down with a bash. Crash back down to earth. In comes Panic Attack again. Don't panic! Don't panic, Mr. Mortis! Panic Attack's on the attack. With a slam of the axe. Oh, something's come off there. I think it was superficial only. But look at this, Panic Attack trying to free itself using the forks. And no, the repetitive drive of that Mortis axe. Great strength by Panic Attack, forcing it back onto the arena side wall. This is very even, you know. It could well go to the judges as to who makes the War of Independence final. We will have a UK flag in that final, of course, guaranteed. Panic Attack's backing onto Mortis. It will go to the judges, and it was very, very close. Too close for me to call. They'll judge on style, control, damage and aggression. Martin Smith, Professor Noel Sharkey there in the middle, and Dr. Myra Wilson on the right. So let's count the points together. A good Panic Attack. But back come Mortis. Who's on top there? Mortis or Panic Attack driving Mortis into the arena wall. Certainly good thrust from the axe. But then Panic Attack drove Mortis into the CPZ. Was that decisive?
Well, we have a decision. It couldn't be any closer. There's only 1 point in it. But through to the final, fighting for Britain in the War of Independence, is Mortis!
hostile crowd. They're on your side. They wanted you to go through.
Stand by.
Flying, the Union Jack from Nottinghamshire and Cambridgeshire, Mortis, Rob Knight and Arthur Chilcott, and from the United States of America and Los Angeles, Frenzy. There at the controls, Patrick Campbell.
3, 2, 1.
Started by chucking a few tea bags over the side of a ship in Boston Harbour. Occasionally ever since, we've had our grudges. And now we have the worst of them all in Robot Wars. The War of Independence and Mortis on the attack immediately on Frenzy. Look at the axes coming down. Oh, bang, and crash. It's the weightier weapon, that's for certain. But the more frenzied attack comes from our very own Mortis. And not forgetting Sergeant Bash and Frenzy's toppled and turned. Well, flying through the air, it seemed like a spaceship there for the minute. Comes down, though. Prepared to have a nudge at Mortis. Sergeant Bash in there as well. Locked tight on Frenzy with the claw. Now, Sergeant Bash could get involved because Frenzy was pushing the CPZ immediately by Mortis right at the start. And again, it would seem, get Frenzy spinning around. And he's like some weird alien space saucer. But Mortis, like a great silver gleaming tank, trundles back on the attack on Frenzy. The close-up shows the axis hammering down. More control weaponry, though, from Mortis, certainly. They're trying to use the lifting arm there, you see. That can also double up as a Stream X self-riding mechanism. Frenzy is the more laboured attack, but is it the more heavyweight attack at the moment? The Mortis shell is holding firm. Aerospace-grade materials in the Mortis team. And still the repetitive bash of the Mortis axe. Well, they've been around Robot Wars, the scene, for so many years. The Mortis boys, without really ever doing themselves justice or picking up any honours. But I think here, they've got this War of Independence. They certainly have Frenzy on the run. Can they flip them up and over using the long arm? They're over. Now can Frenzy right itself using the weapon. The soft underbelly of Frenzy is exposed. In goes the Mortis axe. It's the Woody Woodpecker song from Mortis. And Frenzy can't right themselves. Their weapon has been immobilised. And it means that Patrick Campbell's machine is now at the mercy of Mortis, all the way from Los Angeles. And certainly very creditable and credible opponents as well. Now the torch, though, of Sergeant Bash. Killalot has them in its grip and will draw Frenzy ever so slowly, but ever so surely towards the pit, I would imagine. We see it descend, and the UK Robot Wars fans make their feelings known. And also so does Bash, because I can tell you very secretly, one of his chips comes from Silicon Valley.
Cease.
California, here I come. Right back where I started from. Mortis are the winners of the War of Independence in this style against Frenzy into the CPZ. That meant the Sergeant could come out, and we saw the repetitive acts all the way through. Frenzy toppled over, couldn't self-right. The damage had been done, and the Union Jack flies over the Wars of Independence.